Man, that was a hit. Long time no see ya. The JoeJoe Show number 19. Been a couple of weeks or more. Vacation hiatus.
Yeah.
What can you say?
Yeah, I was actually on vacation. I think Joe was on vacation of some sort. I don't, safari in South Texas or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on safari in Chicago, and I must say, Chicago is not all what they say it is, and that's a good thing. Like, dude, you're not gonna die in Chicago. You're not gonna get shot in Chicago, and if you do, then it's probably gonna be your own fault.
Yeah, I mean, well, it all depends. Like any other democratic city, you got to watch where you're at. There's high crime everywhere, generally around Martin Luther King Boulevards, if you ask me. But, I mean, other than that, coming at you, hottest topics north of the tropics. Summertime begins. Be safe. I think summertime comes June 20th. Everybody's headed to the beaches. At least most of our family is going, so we hope they're safe. They had another shark attack this morning on the North Carolina coast. That's the second or third one in the past week or so. And they always interview the victims. They never catch up with the shark. You don't know if it's the same shark. I was two different beaches or whatever, but I was just a little pun intended. Be safe. Sharks aren't fun.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Joe.
Yeah, well, anyway, globally, nationally, locally, we can get right to it. We got a lot of stuff to cover. Go ahead.
You hitting it, right? LSU baseball, you suck. I'm sorry. You had it right there in your fingertips at the box to make it to Omaha, and you didn't close the door, and now the other team goes. And the other team's probably not going to make it that far because, everybody saw it all season. You weren't the team they built you out to be. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. I don't know a lot about baseball, but I know what I know, and it just looked like they were, what they say, behind the eight ball,
Yeah, really.
all year.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Maneri's going to be here. They're not going to do anything with him. People are real impatient. I mean, the talk shows the day or two into it, yeah, they want his head, but he's not going anywhere. He had a lot of injuries and bad pitching, bad hitting. You make errors in the regional. You walk people, and you just can't do that. It never changed. The whole season came down to what it did last Sunday, and that's what the season was all about. Short, no cigar. Omaha, LSU is Omaha. Alabama's national championship football. Kentucky is basketball here in the South, and that's the way it is until they contend. But LSU football opened us up already 84 days away, 83, with a 2.5 point favorite over those Texas Longhorns in Austin. So that means either Dicker, the kicker for the Longhorns, will put it through, or LSU's kicker will make it.
Wait, I thought you said that guy transferred back to USC.
No, not Dicker, the kicker.
Who was the guy that transferred back to USC?
Brew McCoy, all California. This, that, and the other. He said, see you later. After he had already put the portal that went back to USC, now he's back at USC. So make up your mind. You're not a pro yet. But anyway, the rising waters nationally.
Hey, yeah, I mean, everybody that was affected by the flood or whatever, that's crazy.
Sorry to hear it.
It wasn't widespread flooding. It was just a couple of little spots. But
the same old thing.
Dude, that water came so fast. It wasn't even. But Walker got the brunt of it as far as where I'm at, and that's right next door, the city right down the street. But they have bad drainage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really say that's like the fault of I don't know, the rain itself, whereas it's just drainage issues.
Yeah, drainage and everything gets flooded, and the tributaries, the canals, and the rivers too. Let me tell you about that. You bring that up. I just saw it on Channel 2 News today that city of Central caught the beaver who had been building dams and stopping the water from flowing. You should have seen that dam this beaver made. They showed the beaver. He had brown teeth. Well, sure, he's been gnawing and pushing things around. They had a big old drag line out there, what do you call that, dredging through these canals and tributaries that go into the Comeat to block all the beaver dams that he put. I mean, that's his thing. I mean, what can you say? Just like dogs dig big ditches and holes in the backyard. But anyway, don't let me get off that. But getting back to that drainage and flooding thing, it's a democratic city, So figure it out. Mayor Weston Broom wants to put a bus line from Scotlandville to LSU. Okay, fine, let's do it. Let's fix the inner city. And then you want to build that library downtown. Well, how many more libraries do you need? They already put it in some temporary building while they're working on this building. They had to jack this library up about 6 months to let it stand, to fix it, re-weld it, span it, everything. When they take the jacks off, I'm not going to that library. I'm not even going to the first floor. I'm not going to the second or third floor. I'll get an ebook. I'll read what I need off the internet. I'm not going into a death trap. But all that money, all this stuff is not going into the infrastructure. So when you go to the polls, remember infrastructure. Remember those floods. People are dying here in Baton Rouge because of it. Remember those floods by the state capitol, Acadian Thruway, down there in my old hood. Well, we didn't call it a hood then. It was a neighborhood. Chippewa, that underpass going toward the backside of the state capitol. Can you believe it? And they're still flooding. Nothing's getting done with it. That's my take. That's my rant of the local thing. Besides LSU, nationally, Joe Biden, everybody's jumping on Joe Biden, all the Democratic hopefuls, 23, 24 of them, saying he's trash, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. Let them knock each other out, knock each other off the park. They're coming up with so many different ideas, things, and everything. Then they're still impeaching the president. That's the only way they're going to defeat him. They even got John Dean out from the Watergate era, all that stuff. I was a senior out of high school when we used to sit around and watch John Dean. We really weren't watching John Dean. They kept panning to his blonde, beautiful wife, Mo Dean, who was sitting behind him. So figure it out. That was all a show, but Nixon didn't last that long. But hey, he always said, I'm not a crook. That came back to bite him in the ass. Joe, I'm just rambling here. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm full of energy, and what do you got?
Okay, Nixon was basically a stooge for Prescott Bush. It was Prescott Bush that got Nixon elected after the Kennedy, the whole thing, Prescott's son, George H.W. Bush is suspect number one of the JFK assassination. And then who did he run against in 60? Old Nixon. Yeah. Hey, have you ever seen that Simpsons episode where he's like they pan away from it and they show Kennedy. I would like to express my fondness for a Duff Bill, and everybody's like woo, and then the other guy's like and they flip to Nixon and he's like, I would also like to express my fondness for that particular beer. But that's the guy Nixon was.
Yeah.
Prescott put out a ad in the paper in California. He was from Whitaker. Nixon, his name is Milhouse.
Whittier.
Whittier, California.
Yeah.
Okay, but his name is Richard Milhouse Nixon.
Well,
that's if that doesn't.
That's Bart's friend, Milhouse. Okay, I got it.
All right. So look, he put out an ad in the paper for I need a malleable politician who will do as I say and such and such. Like, this is real. You can look this up. This is not BS. And sure enough, who was his applicant? Richard Nixon.
There you go.
Look, so they put all their weight behind Nixon. And, remember the Giancana thing? And they put all the mob and the people that were already in government put all their weight behind JFK.
Right.
So no matter what, the bad guy is going to get their guy.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is, let's stay on top of this. So the bad guys are going to get their guy. So Prescott Bush was backing Nixon and bankrolling Nixon to have his ilk in there, which is basically the skull and bones and stuff like that, So when JFK got in there, he started going after those people, those very people.
Right.
He was going to bring it all down.
Yeah.
And that's why he was murdered. So who did they put in after that? You had LBJ. So LBJ didn't really finish out. He had like the rest of Kennedy's term.
Right. About a year and a half.
And then he had like his term.
Yeah.
Which was 4 years.
Right.
But then Nixon came in, so that would make it what? 68?
Yeah, 68.
68. So Nixon came in 68. So there you are again with the Bushes back in the White House.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So then you have who was it after that? Carter.
Yeah.
No. Ford. But Ford is a CF, all right. or Ford is CFR, right? Council on Foreign Relations. So then after him, you had Jimmy Carter, which, if I'm not mistaken, if somebody correct me out there, is Trilateral Commission. Now, these are all the entities that have power over all these governments over the world, the European government, the American government, stuff like that. So you got CFR, Trilateral, okay, which is going to lead me to my next point. Or let's finish out the presidencies. So you got Ford, then you got Carter, which is Trilateral. Right. And it's all the same people controlling Trilateral, CFR, stuff like that. So then you have, who was after that? Carter, and then Reagan. Yeah. And who's your VP Reagan. There? Who's your VP there? Bush. Yep. So then he tried to kill Reagan. He tried to kill Reagan. John Hinckley Jr. Then he tried to kill Reagan. Yeah. And so you had an attempted assassination and didn't go right, but you still had Bush VP for 8 years. So basically Prescott Bush and the Skull and Bones continuum. So now you have, and then what the rest of that was. So Clinton,
you bring back John Dean.
The Clinton. No. Yeah. So yes, that's what I'm saying. These guys, these people, the bad guys, are like putting everybody in there that has any type of influence, trying to stop what's going on now. You got to think, if these guys are supporting Joe Biden and they're not supporting Trump because they're CFR and stuff like that, you got to think, dude, maybe Trump really is on the up and up here. Yeah, I know, but here's the thing, and now I'm gonna say, and I'm taking back to this right here. And
we've been gone a long time. Keep up with little Joe here.
Yeah, please keep up with us. Please keep up with us. Okay, so look, the Bilderberg Group. The Bilderberg Group, they've been meeting secretly since the 50s, and they do it every year. The Bilderberg Group, okay? So anybody out there, you might have heard of them. You might have heard about my brother who has serious brain farts every now and then. My actual brother, that's right. You have serious brain farts every now and then. I tried to one time tell you about Bilderberg. He said, "What? Oh, is that anything like Build-A-Bear?" Oh, funny. Yeah, business leaders all over the world and governments all over the world, all their intelligence service, all plotting together in some secret town in Europe or America or wherever they do it, plotting your future. Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah, that's great. I'm laughing. So who was that Bilderberg? Jared Kushner? He's married to Ivanka. Who you got? Oh, who else you got? The head of Google? The head of Microsoft? Who else? All these powerful big businesses, tech companies, and governments all over the world sitting there meeting in secret to decide your future? Are you okay with that?
No, we're not.
So go look up Bilderberg.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not that things are going to hell in a handbasket. It's that with the speed and it's moving.
Yep, it's going pretty quick. And little Joe, I really appreciate that. We're going to have a show on that. We'll get back to that. But anyway, we had a great vacation, so to speak. And a lot transpired during the time we were gone. Locally, the teachers got a pay raise. I believe, I don't know how much was, but they finally got a pay raise. They've had pay raises, but I think this one and the service employees did too. Thanks to the Louisiana legislature, finally did something good.
So they get service employees, SEIU? Service Employees International Union, you couldn't get more left-wing Democrat juggernaut machine, political machine other than SEIU.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
That's not a win for the little man. I'm sorry.
That's it. I mean, that's just what came down. Again, excuse me, too many O's there. Vacation time.
Good.
But let me tell you about little Joe's vacation. They went to Chicago. I went down to Victoria, Texas, pick up family to come back. But anyway, too many O's. Little Joe, you take it over.
Yeah, no. Or next we have a clip. Stay with us, everybody. But next we have a clip. We're going to show you me and Dexter were trying to do the hot dog challenge in New Orleans. Now, we missed the place because we were just in a hurry. Big city, you're always on the move. So look, I'm going to show you the Devil Dogs clip and just go ahead and watch. And
New Orleans or Chicago?
Chicago. Anyway, okay. So we're doing the Chicago Dog Challenge and we're at Devil Dogs and just watch, you'll see. Amazing Devil Dogs. All right, we're Devil Dogs. Fool. Ready to do the Devil Dog challenge. Yep. Ready to do the Devil Dog challenge. Yeah. Devil Dog challenge in effect. You ready? Let's look at it.
No, we're gonna eat it normal.
Let me see. Let's look at it. Let's get a good. Let's get a good look at the dog. It's up to you. You want the peppers or no?
I'll just put some ketchup on mine. Right? We do what I want.
Good. What you do, the Chicago dog. Alright. The Devil Dogs challenge. Here it is. You ready? You want to cut it or no?
Nope.
I like peppers on mine. So what you think?
Good.
So what you think so far? Pretty good. I like the bun. Bun is definitely good. What you think?
It has poppy seeds on it.
Yeah, poppy seed bun. Yep. Compared to Frankie's, what do you think is better? Frankie's Doghouse or this one?
This one.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
What do you think makes it better?
Poppy seeds.
Yeah. Poppy seed bun. All right.
Okay, we're back. Hope you saw that clip.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy that. I mean, Devil Dogs was a really good dog. I think I'll show you the next one, and then I'll give my answer what I thought was the better dog after the next clip. But we're not going to do that now. Okay, so what we're going to get into, what I want to get into, is stuff that happened while I've been gone. Of course, little things that I might have seen or might have picked up along the way. Now, I know that the bad guys have pretty much cornered the market on a lot of stuff out there, and YouTube, or what I call GooTube now, being one of them. I want all Joe and Joe Show listeners to hear me out. We are transforming to go off of YouTube. So we're going to go back to SoundCloud. And thanks for the listeners out there that actually told me to go back to SoundCloud, because it's draining too much battery off their phone, to where if they're listening to it on SoundCloud, they can like binge listen to us while they're like mowing the grass or something.
Right, you can listen to it anytime while you're driving the car.
Walking around, riding
the car wash.
Yeah, riding the train in Chicago or whatever. You binge listen. So we're going back to SoundCloud just for that. But I do want to find a new video alternative to YouTube and make sure it's not controlled by the same guys. But because YouTube, who is now, like I say, controlled by Google, is doing some very weird stuff.
Yep.
To people that are actually trying to get the truth out there on any matter. It doesn't even like could be like something that has a lot of weight. Just if you're trying to spread any type of truth, they're just automatically shutting you down.
Right.
And that is the agenda of the new technocracy that is now being unfolded on America. Oh, wait a minute. Did I see something in the paper, Joe? I don't have it right in front of me. I can look it up. Did I see something in the paper about Louisiana was now one of the first states trying to halt 5G or something like that?
Yeah, a lot of people are real
was that in the Advocate?
I don't know if it was. Yeah,
I thought it was in the Advocate.
It was in the Advocate. Yeah, it had to be.
I'm sorry, everybody, if we ain't got that. But from what I understand, Louisiana was one of the first states to hold like hearings or something, or call some type of hearing or some type of call to action, and they wanted to look at the that's what it was. They were saying that in the neighborhoods they looked weird. They were a nuisance, like they didn't fit in, or it was something cosmetic. It wasn't even something like really what 5G is really all about. And so another group, if I'm not mistaken, got wind of this, some health rights group, and they like banded together and they were like, oh yeah, we need to do this. And so now like Louisiana is now going to have some type of investigation or something, or they're going to see the data of 5G usage, or they're going to look at all the points or whatever. So hopefully the citizens to come together, because I tell you what, if you leave it up to the Louisiana politicians, we'll have 5G in the next like 30 days. Because all they're going to do,
getting a little more data, a little graph, a little payback.
All they're going to do is like rush some study in real quick, and then that's what everybody in all the other states and all the other telecommunications industries are going to say. Oh, look, Louisiana says it was good. Look, it's been proven. Louisiana said it was good. Oh, well, then we could roll 5G out anywhere now because Louisiana says it was good. So, no, it's not. The data would not come in for at least a year or two. You know how bureaucracy works. The data wouldn't come in anytime soon, So what are you going to have? You're going to have something rush through, and then everybody jump on it and say, oh, look, 5G's fine. Well, that just rest assures me fine. Well, then we can go back to our normal lives. Everything's cool, everybody,
That's it. I mean, and what he's trying to say is that YouTube, you already know it. You see it. They're silencing a lot of different people. This I found out, and I already knew about it. The OK sign. I don't know if we'll be on YouTube next week or whatever, but look, audience,
doesn't look like it.
That means you're white supremacist. That means you're racist. Okay, a red hat means you're racist. Pulling for a different party, pulling for President Trump, you're a racist. Give me a break. This is the OK sign. When my grandson spent the night the other night, he didn't give me the thumbs up. I said, are you okay? I looked in his room. He gave me the OK sign.
Hey, you know what?
I mean, he's not racist. He's just 13 years old.
Something I found, one of the memes, okay?
Something's got to stop that stupidity.
I might have said this if I'm repeating myself in the Joe Joe Show, well. So it was Black Pride. If you look this up according to Wikipedia, Black Pride, a movement encouraging people to take pride in being black. Oh, Gay Pride. The positive stance against discrimination and violence toward LGBT people to promote their self-affirmation, dignity, equality rights, yada, yada, yada. Asian Pride. A positive stance to being Asian American. Brown Pride. A positive stance to being Mexican American.
Si, senor. I like that one.
Here it is. White Pride. A slogan primarily used by white separatists and white nationalists and neo-Nazi and white supremacist organizations to signal their racist viewpoints.
Oh, yeah, excuse me.
No. Wait a minute. Dude, am I the only one that sees the double standard here? Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Look, that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, you have D-Day. We immortalize all the soldiers from D-Day, June the 6th, that went into that meat grinder there at the Normandy beaches that lasted nearly over 2 months.
A fake war that didn't even happen.
All right, little Joe. Well, let me give but we tribute and give all the honor to the soldiers that are still alive that are doing that went there and liberated Germany from Europe. But bottom line is, then you have the Pride thing last a whole month. What's the difference? I mean, why should that last a whole month when we just honor the guys who gave us the right to love that flag? But it's going through the wayside. Let me tell you something while we're just shouting out here, because we're so full of energy that we're going to get back on content and farm on the next show. America's deadliest cities. I'm just going to name them out. St. Louis, Baltimore, Detroit, New Orleans, Birmingham, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi, Baton Rouge, Hartford, Connecticut, Salinas, California, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Chicago, Illinois, all run by leftists.
Whoa. Baton Rouge is one of the most. What year statistics are those?
Well, I guess it's this year, but it's from Turning Point USA, which we don't need gun control. We need leftist control.
Yeah, well, okay.
That's
so
Democratic big cities. We're Democrat here.
Chicago, Milwaukee,
Detroit.
But these are numbers based on a per capita of 100,000 residents. So
right.
it's one murder for every 100,000 residents.
Yeah.
So if there's 237 murders in your city that year, and it doesn't matter if they're all pretty much in the same area or anything like that, that goes against your crime rate. That doesn't necessarily say the city's a bad city, okay?
Right.
Now, I just got back from Chicago. Yes, they got their slums on the south side. I will say that. You can see them on the train. And I just got back from Memphis. I spent about a day and a half, almost 2 days in Memphis. Memphis is cool, don't get me wrong. But Memphis is hoodie too, dude. Memphis is like hoodie. So look, I will say this about Memphis really quick, that the food is good, but the service is mediocre because they have a constant influx of tourists that go there. And their attitude is, it's kind of like how New Orleans people are. Their attitude is like, you don't have to come here.
Yeah.
We got enough business as is. You can roll down the street to the next cafe or the next, whatever. We got enough business. There's a line outside the building. What you going to do? Complain about the service? You're obviously there for the food. So look, I will give Memphis, they do have their nice areas, just like old Jackson, Mississippi. They got their nice areas. So, Memphis, Chicago, wherever you're at in the world, you could be in Vallejo, California, ghetto, whatever. Hey, you could be anywhere in the ghetto. Portland with out there with the Skid Row bums, LA out there with the Skid Row bums, and the projects and the Mexicano of the Mexicanos, like Mexicans that don't even speak English. So look, rest assured.
What are you talking about?
Rest assured, you are not in the worst city in America. Believe it or not, your city is actually better than the city that now wears the crown as the worst city in America.
According to Little Joe.
According to Little Joe. I took a train by it. It was so bad, I had to go back and ride through the area myself in my own car just to make sure it was that bad. Okay? So wherever you're at, the most ghetto neighborhood, the most ghetto city that you think is ghetto, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, all those cities you just rattled off, Joe.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Your city is better than Gary, Indiana.
And that's where the Jackson 5 came from.
It is so bad.
ABC.
Like you can't even fathom how bad it looks. It looks worse than than those bombed out areas you see that they show you from like Iraq and Syria and stuff. It's that bad. It looks like any type of infrastructure money or whatever has not been put into Gary, Indiana since about the 60s, the mid 60s. And I'm not joking. Like, it truly wears the crown, in my humble opinion. Now, I've never been to Detroit, but it truly wears the crown of the worst city in America because there's nothing there. Besides the semi-pro baseball team. It's the nicest thing in like about an hour 45-minute hour ride coming from Chicago down to Portage, Indiana. Which leads me to my next thing. Let's go ahead and knock this out the way. This is me, DX, and Kane Taylor with my beautiful wife at Fatso's Last Stand. Okay,
Fatso's Last Stand.
This we're doing the hot dog Chicago challenge. So check it out.
Looks good.
Yeah, he's living like a king for sure. Compared to where he was at, he was like in Vietnam.
It's like a new dog.
Yeah, he was like in the trenches in Vietnam. Hey, once again at Fatso's Last Stand. Of course, if you've been watching, you know we're coming here. Here's KT eating his dog. Here's Dexter Delatorre eating his dog. Heather's got a dog too, so we're all gonna eat the dog together and see what we get here. As you can see, they didn't get peppers, I did. It's a pretty good looking dog. It's got the poppy seed bun. Dexter's gonna try to eat it. He needs to cut it though.
He can eat it.
Teeth gotta meet each other.
Yeah, carnivore.
There you go. Teeth gotta meet each other. There you go. There you go. How's it taste? Good? Okay. Alright. Where'd y'all wash y'all's hands at?
I've never seen a place like in Chicago, other hot dog place, no bathroom, no place to wash your hands. This place either.
They didn't have any place to even wash your hands?
I went to the soda machine and I hit the water button and I just let it run on both of our hands and rub them together, and I did it like 3 times, and then I wiped them real good with this.
Okay.
That's all I could do. And I mean, I bought handy wipes and I bought wet wipes to bring with us when we were in Chicago, and we didn't bring them at all.
Right. So, Joe from the Joe and Joe Show, gonna hook up this Chicago dog at Fatso's Last Stand. I like to cut mine sections, eat it like this, shove the whole thing in my mouth.
That's ridiculous. That's ew.
You might as well indulge.
Tell mommy that's how we do it.
That's how we do it, Mom. Have you ever been to Chicago Owls?
Yeah. Or Frankie's dog. You know? Say she don't get it.
Frankie's dog. I would say Chicago is really great. And that's all I have to say.
Okay. Man, that looked good. You should have brought one back. Listen, the United States ranked, according to U.S. News World and Report, evaluated all 50 U.S. states in healthcare, education, economy, infrastructure, opportunity, fiscal stability, crime, and environment to create a comprehensive ranking. And guess who's dead last out of 50 states in the United States? Need I say any more? Louisiana. Number 1 went to Washington. Fight for Washington State. California, mind you, gives everything away, is number 19. Chicago, Illinois is number 14. And Texas is ranked number 38, and that's all I'm going to say. New Mexico's number 48 because there's nothing but desert out there, and they put the Indians down. But anyway, long story short, that's from U.S. World News Report. Louisiana ranked dead last, as always. What would you expect? I mean, what am I expecting? Anything else different than that? But listen, I want to get to shout-outs because I know we've been somewhere around here past our time. But I wanted to tell you this about what Little Joe was saying about YouTube and just the nature and the atmosphere in general for those seeking the truth, speaking the truth, living the truth, instead of all this propaganda. To me, I never heard propaganda till I was second grade, and that's all USSR would do back in the day, okay? that Nikita Khrushchev, all those people I'd see on TV doing everything, thought that Russia was going to blow us up. We were digging holes out in the field we used to play in and throwing mattresses on them, old mattresses, because they were going to bomb us at the Bay of Pigs, Cuba, and everything like that.
Whoa. Who was going to bomb you at the Bay of Pigs? What are you talking about?
Cuba and Russia was going to had those satellites and all those rockets pointed towards from Cuba. But listen,
okay.
Let me tell you what. I want to tell you this. I saw it. It makes sense. We're going to put it on the board here. And this is what I want to say. This is how it goes. Truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. That's a no-brainer. Truth sounds like hate for those who hate the truth. Just let that figure in. They may take us off the air. I was telling Big Steve today, who's one of our frequent callers, that we may be pushed off here sooner or later. But anyway, Little Joe, what you got?
Bay of Pigs. Now you got me rolling. Now you got me
don't start.
Now
we
you
don't
got me
have enough
rolling.
time.
No. Now we're going to go back to Bay of Pigs. Let's go ahead and revisit real fast. So let me just pick your brain right here, right now. So what do you know about the Bay of Pigs? Like, what really was it all about?
Well, I know it was a coup to try to take over Castro, this, that, and the CIA went down there and infiltrated the army, just like the CIA's big spy over there in North Korea was Hung Chong-wong's brother, who got assassinated a year or so ago.
Not Hung Chong-wong.
Yeah, they found out his brother was a CIA operative.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Bay of Pigs was we went out in the field, we played football in Earl, and my good friend Gary's buddy went out there and dug a hole and asked, "Hey, what are you doing, Earl?" He said, "Well, they're having the Bay of Pigs in Cuba, and Russia's got missiles pointed to us, and they're going to blow us first off the map." I said, "Wow, you got room for me?" He said, "No, you got to go get an old mattress. I just got room enough for me." So I kind of felt bad. I was real scared, and I told Daddy, I went home. I said, "Daddy, we need to dig a hole in the ground and put some mattresses on it because they're going to bomb us." He said, "Boy, go in and take your bath. Get ready for bed." I said, "Okay."
Yeah, I know. Good old Bay of Pigs. Yeah. Because you had all those guys. That was E. Howard Hunt and Frank Sturgis and them.
Right on.
Those were the guys that killed Kennedy.
Right on.
Those were the guys
Watergate.
that killed Kennedy. Yeah. And no, that's what I'm saying. So you got Howard Hunt. Oh, and whatchamacallit's in that? The guy that was up there that you said earlier. What was his name? John something or another?
No, he was from...
He's from that clique. He's from that E. Howard Hunt.
John Brennan?
Not John Brennan. The other guy you said from earlier. Remember?
Yeah,
He's from the Nixon clique. What was that guy's name?
Oh,
You
man.
can't even remember him. I thought you had it written down.
No.
Anyway, well, let's go into some other crazy stuff.
Bilderberg.
No, we're done. We're done with Bilderberg.
What are you going
I
on
already
now?
said, okay, so apparently some high-profile people have been getting suicided lately. I don't know if you've been keeping up with anything. There was like 2 or 3 policemen in New York, like all on the same day. They all committed suicide on the same day.
Yeah. Look, two a
senators.
congressman from Oklahoma and a congressman from
Police
Arkansas
investigate
Republic.
murder of former Arkansas Senator Linda Collins Smith,
Yeah.
frequent critic of CPS corruption.
Yeah.
Now, what is CPS?
She was a Republican.
Child Protection Services.
Yeah.
Was Linda Collins Smith investigating the link between Child Protective Services and child trafficking that led to her murder?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
now, what would she have? Now, let's do the connection here. Arkansas
Yeah.
Child Services Division of Arkansas, the
Right.
Arkansas Department of Human Services and Child Trafficking.
Yeah.
Okay?
Pizzagate?
Who's the first person, if you associate child trafficking to somebody from Arkansas, who's the first person that comes to mind?
I never had any relationships with
That
CPS.
woman. All right, it's a vast right-wing conspiracy out there. Yeah. So and now she gets murdered? She gets murdered straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course they're going to try to pin this
then
on her
another-
husband.
another-
That classic deep state of the deep state. Like this stuff goes back to, oh my God. I'm not going to go into it here, but maybe
Please don't.
another show. Okay.
Please don't.
So this is like the deep state of the deep state where they'll actually frame the guy, And I'm not saying, listen, this is just speculative stuff. But dude, you have two, not one, senators killed, murdered, basically murdered.
Yeah.
And because the
This
other
week,
guy,
past week.
the Oklahoma, from what I was understood, he was trying to go forward with stuff going all the way back to the Oklahoma City bombing.
Yeah. Oh, I can
Which
imagine
implicates
it,
the
dude.
Clintons. If anybody out there is still stupid enough to think Tim McVeigh did all that himself, then just call me. Please
And
just
the
call
guy,
me.
his accomplice, Terry something, they just showed him
Nichols,
off the
Nichols.
prison. You'll never hear of
Yeah.
him again. He'll never get out.
So
Now, what does he have?
So you're going to run into all kind of stuff. And first of all, if anybody just hears something and runs to Snopes to fact check it, you're an idiot. Okay? Snopes is ran by the same apparatus that wants you to believe, what the bad guys want you to believe. That's the official narrative. Like, okay, the world could be solved if I just Google what it is on Snopes. Oh, there's the answer right there. Nothing to worry about.
That's it.
No. So look, so these two people, just two, not even the cops in New York.
Right.
So what? Okay, here's another one.
Yeah.
High prominent policemen in New York that used to run security for some politician. Now, who would that be?
Yeah.
Who would that be? Who used to be Arkansas something or another and something
Hillary
in New
Clinton.
York?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Had to say it.
Wow.
Look, Rush Limbaugh was saying today that dodgeball has been banned because it's for bullies, and then Michelle Obama's going to be on some dodgeball team or something, doing something to raise money and stuff like that. And he said it'd be good to Hillary get out there. And then he said they could use Hillary as the dodgeball. And I think he was trying to lend some humor there to him, but Rush is not a small guy himself,
Yeah.
All right, he was at one time. But listen, we're going to get caught up here. We've already hit on a lot of topics. I'd like to do the shout-outs now. We can go all night. Throw money, throw money. We're changing the name of the show to Throw Money. That's a quote. Anybody wants to follow that up. Anyway, like I said, LSU lost. Football 83 days away. I'd like to give some shout-outs. Heath Mendoza, PF's Lance Corporals. Excuse me, Heath. Lance Corporal Heath Mendoza, Okinawa, Japan, protecting us. Godspeed to us. To you, son. Like some shout out to Augie P. Turned 40. Oh, Augie P.
Hey, all right.
Join the 40 club.
Join the club.
That's it. Down there in San Antone. JR, keep listening. JP, here locally. Keep feeding me the information, man. I love it. He's an avid listener. He don't wait till I wake up. He's texting me and emailing me stuff at 6:15, 6:30 in the morning. I guess that's when he gets his cup of coffee. Anyway, KT, Chicago Kane, going to Florida in a couple of weeks.
KT,
Happy graduation. We love you.
You've seen him in the videos. KT was in the videos with us.
I'd like to give a shout out to the Margaret Rojas family, dear family, friends in Victoria, Texas. We hit a lot of topics today. North, south, east, west of those tropics. But, it's out there. And again, this may not be the format you'll see us on. If we go to SoundCloud, listen up. But, like I said, truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. And it makes a lot of sense. We're being quashed. You can Mark Levin, everybody out there, Hannity, just a few other people out there saying it. And just like you say, these mysterious deaths of these people, I mean, who's to say? That's the way Russia was. That's the way I grew up knowing what Russia was back in the day. And I don't know, and I'm sure they still do that.
I'm about tired of that acceptance in life.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm about tired of just accepting that as, that's just how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're going to do something about it. We're going to try. I mean, we don't know it all, and we're just two guys in front of a video cam and having the access to do it in this great studio that Little Joe has going here. But
all right, one more closing thing, and then we're gonna get to the last bit of the video.
Okay.
It's me and KT, and of course Dexter, my wife at Labriola Ristorante, which they just call Labriola Chicago.
Okay.
So it's a pretty nice restaurant. They gave you that big old deep dish pizza. Like it's like this big. I try to show it on the video, but there's just no justice if you don't see it in person. But it's really good. I ate off of it for like 3 days afterwards because it was just so big. It's so massive. You can only eat one piece at a time.
Right.
So I just wanted to throw it out there because when you see the price on it, you're like, oh my God, the sticker shock. But you have to think like that provided other meals after that.
Right.
So,
and
it was
everybody
a great,
ate off of that.
And it was a great experience. And I don't care. And that was with the tip included. So I don't care. So anyway,
I don't
look,
care.
So
You should have brought some back then.
So just remember out there, everybody, before we leave and show you the video, do you want to know the truth? No matter what your political affiliations are, no matter what your what your candidate says or whatever, I support this. Well, well, he doesn't support abortion. That means I can't vote for him. Or, he likes,
Vote infrastructure.
Yeah, he likes, he's got to have more hair down there, so I like a guy with more hair down there, He likes that. Like, that doesn't. So what I'm trying to say is, like, do you want to know the truth or not? Because if you want to know the truth, then I will work as hard as possible to make the JoeJoe Show audience, what few followers we do have, the JoeJoe audience to make this the most informative show that I possibly can until we get taken off of YouTube. That's the God honest truth. And I know it's coming, dude. I know it's coming. I know once we get over 100 subscribers, they're going to come after us.
Yeah, well, we're going to go out. We can do some fun things on YouTube to keep us up there. We're going to go taco tasting.
Oh,
pizza tasting.
I forgot about the taco
We're going to do some craft beer tasting, which I don't drink. Right. I get the aroma, the feel, the contact. But anyway, if we got one more minute, the consensus top 10 2019 football polls are out, so to speak. Your number one, Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Ohio State, naturally, Michigan, wow, got to put the Big Ten up there, Texas at number 7, Notre Dame at number 8, LSU at number 9, and A&M at 10. Rounding out the top 20, the Nebbers are at 20, but Army's ahead of Nebraska.
Did they have Georgia
at 19.
Up there? Did they have Georgia in there?
Yeah,
what was
number
Georgia?
3.
Okay.
Sooners are number 4.
Here's what that sounds like to me. You know what that sounds like? And I'm not joking. That sounds like every 4 years, you got the same old presidential candidates, the same old people, the same old people. Oh, he ran last time and lost. So now he's going to run again this time and probably lose too.
Well, that's what I was going to allude to. That's great. Because look who's president, and look who's just running roughshod over all these people with all the good that he's doing, and they knock him down every day, every second, everything. They said his wife is mysterious. How could she speak when you critiquing everything she does, her old man does, Trump? How's she going to be able to say anything? She's mysterious. She's behind sunglasses. She wears this. They trash her dress,
everything.
everything.
Give a damn.
I don't care about her as much as I do what the president is doing. He's got to sleep with her, not me.
Yeah, I know. That's irrelevant, but I will say this about the First Lady. I'm going to tell them what they say about her. She's a good-looking woman. They'll never be able to take that away from her.
That's it.
Never.
That's it. Never. Not since Jacqueline Kennedy.
And it's
but listen.
It's like that's just jealousy right there.
Right.
I mean,
man,
dude,
people are knocking everything.
Yeah, I'm sure back in the 30s, Barbara Bush was really something special. But I mean, and then who'd you have? You had no, not Hillary.
Oh,
not
man,
Hillary.
Please.
Okay, and so
I'm
then
getting
you
nauseous.
had
We
Laura
need some
Bush.
air in here.
Now look, Laura Bush wasn't a bad-looking woman.
No.
No.
And,
but
at least
then,
in the movie she wasn't.
No, but then
W.
who'd you have? Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Hey,
so now you have a very decent look, probably one of the best looking first ladies that I remember having in a long time. And I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's a breath of fresh air, but who cares? That's not really what we're here to talk about.
No, really about, and that's what I'm trying to say. President Trump is up there. He's got 24 guys running against him. That's just like the top 25, and he's ranked number 1.
Okay, yeah,
Alabama,
football, top 25.
Now Clemson is number 1.
Yeah,
it used to be Alabama.
It seems like just the same
Even
old,
though they
same
lost.
old. And you said this about 10 years ago. You said, and with all the deals with Nike and stuff like that, you remember?
Right.
Like the deals with the shoe companies and stuff like that. You even said it's just going to go to about 20 teams.
That's it.
You said that.
Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah. And it'll be.
And that's what it is.
20
It's the
teams,
same old. It's the same old.
teams every
And
year.
any
Every
barriers to entry, like a UCF or something like that, automatically get smacked down and like chastised by the media. Oh, they didn't play that tough schedule, dude. I'm sorry. If you're an LSU fan, you watch the UCF game and the bowl game. That quarterback for UCF didn't play, and y'all barely won that game.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, all right, we're done.
We better say goodnight, goodbye. You got the clip for the La Borrelia.
Yeah, it's on there. We'll see y'all later.
Peace. All you little ones, drink your milk, say your prayers. Thanks.
What's up, man? What's up?
Man,
What's up? What's up? How you doing? You been here long?
No, I just got here. Hey,
Cool.
Dexter.
Cool. Cool.
Good to
All
see
right.
you.
All right. All right. Well, good. Let's get a seat then. Cool. Oh yeah. It's Dexter's.
Here.
All right. We're at Labriola Restaurante. KT in the house in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
So look, we got this pizza. It is what was it again? Do you remember what it was?
Lambriana?
No, it was La Barra. La Barra? Yeah. All right, so La Barra, and this is our first foray into Italian to Chicago deep dish. And me and Kane, we're gonna check it out. And we're gonna let y'all know how it goes. Kane's never been here, by the way. So
Lived in Chicago for almost 8 years and I've never been there before.
never, huh?
Never. Thank you.
What do you think, Dexter? Good? It's got all the fixings you need on it?
Oh, and thick for spinach.
What do you think, AT?
It's good. It's good. You know, it's kind of interesting. I never really eat mushrooms or black olives or bell peppers. Well, I eat bell peppers and jambalaya. But, you know, it's really good.
It is good.
Everything all comes together.
Yeah, it is.
Really nice. I usually never eat deep dish with a fork, but this it's so greasy I have to.
It's a lot of pizza if you tried to pick it up. Like you wouldn't be able to like hold on to it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of hot too, so I keep my distance from it. Cheese is good. It's not like too stringy, you know? It's really good though. What do you think, Evan? We'll try that thin crust next. This pizza's really thick. Like, I don't know if y'all can see. Look how thick it is. Goodness gracious. Comes in this big old pan like that. Good God. I think we maybe should have just got one. That's too much.
Yeah,
That's way too much.
There's definitely a lot.
I'm gonna have to get this guy over here. Hey, you want pizza?
Hey man, Chicago.
With pizza.
Chicago, they like big servings, you know?
Yeah.
You come any restaurant in Chicago, you get huge servings. Bigger than anywhere else I've ever been.
That's what they say. A dude on the internet said that. He said if you don't go to Chicago on a diet. You're not gonna have a good time because he said the servings are really big. They're really like a lot of it, and it's really good, and you want to eat all of it. You know, I mean, any foodie town is gonna do that. You know.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. Chicago's, it's known for its food and its outside violence. That's what it's known for.
That's a shame.
It is.
That's what it is known for. Say it again, Kane. Say it again.
Chicago's known for its food and the violence on its outside. Yeah.
All right, well, once again, Labriola Ristorante with KT, Joe and Joe Show out.